Hey guys, this is Motion Worker, and today I'm going to talk to you about Record software. And man, I'm really excited. I got my hands on this a little earlier than most of you, but when I got my hands on it, I said to myself, what's the best way to learn how to use a piece of software? Do something real with it. So at the same time, I had been asked to do a remix for an artist from the UK named Alice Russell, who's an incredible soul singer. And I'm just going to take you through that remix today and show you what I did and what was sort of like needed to get done and how great this software is. Before I show you that, I just want to show you a couple things that you may or may not already be familiar with, but this is really great software and I think you're going to be blown away by it. So check this out. First of all, the main screen that I like to work in is the recording console. This is great. I've never seen this in another piece of software. This is basically a real mixing desk. And it's amazing to be able to use because everything is at your command. And it's just really great. You got all your faders and master faders and effects. And it just makes it so much easier to get sound quickly and get your ideas done quickly. Here's this next screen. This is the sequence screen. So with the push of one button, here's your full arrangement with automation and audio and all your edits. And it's great. Now you have your rack screen, and this is how everything's built up. So I have the ability to go in and tweak certain things, and I have combinators set up, and it's just so efficient. Everything works, it doesn't crash, it's just so easy to navigate the software. So now we're back to the mixer screen, and what I want to do is basically explain a little bit about how this project came to pass and why I kind of felt like I needed to learn the software by putting all the pressure on myself to do a professional project in a piece of software that was, it's new. It's kind of risky to start something that you have a deadline on and then also learn how to use something. I just knew the software was going to be easy to use and efficient, and that's why I kind of jumped in. So let's take a quick listen to a piece of this remix. And then I'll explain to you what I added to it and what Record did for me to make it easier to do this remix.
So all alone, traveling so far away from home. Never meant this song to happen, but there you go. Don't go holding on too tight, it'll never grow, never grow. We are free, that is just a modern day philosophy. Saying what something else means to you, to me. Differences are always someone who's feeling quite the same, quite the same.
I'm going to lower this and kind of tell you a little bit about what's going on while it still kind of plays in the background. So the greatest thing for me about this was I initially got a vocal and stems from the record label, and everything actually was recorded at 97 BPM. And here's one of the great things about Record that I kind of couldn't touch on when I was explaining certain things about the screens. I literally took the stems and flawlessly pushed everything up 18 BPM without any artifacts, without even skipping a beat. Basically, this is a remix, but in effect it's kind of a rearrangement and a sped up version of the original song. And the time stretch and time expansion capabilities of the program are, I've never heard time stretch, that's this, the quality is amazing. I mean, I've put other sessions in here where I speed things up by 100 BPM and they're rock solid. So that is really tight. It made it easy to just speed it up and start coming up with ideas. And I mean, that's what I did. So, I mean, we can go back here and I'll show you the stuff that I recorded at the faster tempo can also play back at the original tempo. And let me show you what that means. So first what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you Alice's vocal at its original tempo.
Look, the city streets are burning.
So that's 116. That's not the original tempo. But I wanted to show you if I slowly decrease it.
Something inside my head was turning on.
This is where she's sitting in the original tempo.
So
the
talk
key
to
didn't
me
change. This is just the original
and tell me
tempo.
something that you learned that I didn't know. Push me with your stories and
Sounds
make
pretty
my
nice.
tears flow.
She can sing. So,
Change the way I'm
but check this
thinking
out.
to the
Here are the
truth
elements
that's
that I added
yours.
at
Truth I
116
know.
BPM, brought
Then
back
fight with
in.
me. Turn your story around, pretty words you
So
like
that
me.
actually was originally recorded at another
Why
tempo.
you feel the
But
need to
check
always
out, I mean,
bet
it's
on me.
perfect. Let me put my bass in, which I played
And
myself.
your fear, always fighting for control.
Uh,
Full control.
maybe I should have kept it at this tempo.
Look, the city streets are
So let me just bring in other things.
burning. Every one of us looks on. Seems our minds weren't meant for turning on.
So basically,
Turning on.
now the great thing is, I don't know if I like 96 BPM. Let me slowly ramp it back up to where I put it. Voila! I like! I mean, that's really powerful stuff. Like stuff that I recorded in another tempo, completely changes tempo back down 20 BPM. You can't hear any difference. It's flawless. And it gives you the flexibility to maybe like finish a remix and say, hey, you know what? Give me a version that's 2 BPM slower or 2 BPM faster. It changes up the possibilities of what you can deliver to someone.
Turning on. Look, the city streets.
So now let's look at the sequencer window, because I think some of you might be like, well, what's going on there? And actually what's going on there, you're all probably all very familiar with, but let's just run through it. So basically what we have here is the Reason 4 sequencer, but now you have audio. So I'm just gonna show you a couple things. I actually, in making this remix, it's mostly audio. It's mostly things that I've played or samples that I've chopped up. So for example, if we just scroll down here, for example, this ambience that I have, it's muted in this initial section, that's something I recorded in. I actually used a synth from an enemy manufacturer who shall remain nameless but rhymes with Poland. This is a synth that I played in. As we scroll down here a little bit more, you'll see there's a Rex player. And it kind of shows up exactly the same way as in Reason 4. I, through MIDI, selected a Rex player and I played these parts that come in. Let me see what else we have here. I'm going to stretch this out and show you what audio looks like inside of Record. Well, my. It looks just like audio. And also, you have the ability to just go ahead and mute and solo all the things that you want to mute and solo. I mean, it's really straightforward. I mean, if you know how to use Reason 4, which, you know, you probably do very comfortably, there really is no difference. You're just now dealing with audio. And here's another thing. All of the tools that you use in Reason 4 for the sequencer are all up here. And you all select them the same way with the same, you know, key commands. They all work the same way with the audio that they would with MIDI. So that's Record, an incredible new production tool from Propellerhead Software. One that you'll find that you're going to be very, very familiar with, and the ease of use, it couldn't be any easier to use. So I hope you enjoyed this and, you know, learned a little bit. And here's the Record.